Hi, everyone. You know, I like to get personal sometimes, right? This is Ilyasa Simpson. Queens must wear crowns. Today is Wednesday. I'm going to talk about some things. I'm going to talk about some things tonight. And we're going to get real personal about it. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get personal tonight. We are going to get personal. Real personal, real personal. We getting personal tonight. We getting personal tonight. Yes, we are. We getting personal tonight. Because we're going to have women talk. We're going to have women talk. Let's talk about some women stuff. We're going to have women talk. And we're going to get real personal. I just want to, tag a few women. And some people might get a little bit of offended, but don't charge it to my head. I just want to get really real right now. Really real right now. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I want to share some stuff. How y'all doing? Welcome to Queens Must Wear Crowns. This is Queens Must Wear Crowns tonight, this afternoon. Well, it's 7 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock in some areas, and it's 3 o'clock in some areas of the United States of America. But we are here. We are here tonight because I just wanted to talk about some real women talk. Real women talk. I don't want to skip over with some band-aids because we got some scrapes. Nope. We are getting really deep tonight. Really deep tonight. Because as women and as queens, because there's that part where we don't really know our position in life. We know we were born female. We know we have female thoughts, female emotions, female actions, our behaviors, right? We act like females, right? We dress like females, we walk like females, we talk like females, we love hard like females do, right? We are female, right? But as we are female, we are young women, we are teenagers, we are young women, we grow into older, mature women, right? But as we are because I'm gonna say I'm gonna start at from being a teen. Because that's a safe zone to start, a good start place where you start feeling yourself. I'm gonna say after you start playing around, and getting sexually active, and you smelling yourself, how your mother or your grandmother, auntie said it. She's smelling herself over there. You know those terms. After you get to that point, your whole mindset starts to change. You start developing, you going through puberty, you start developing. And when you start developing and people start to take notice, right? Men start to take notice and you get the attention. And depending on how your environment was set up, that attention means a lot to you, right? So as the attention means a lot to you, you flock to that attention. So if showing your breasts means something and you're getting a little bit of attention, showing some skin and you're shapely, you start getting those curves, you start using your body to get things that you want. That's what some people start to do. And you grow older with this behavior and it becomes a part of your norm. So you get the blushing because he said, you cute. He gave you some attention. And then your cuteness and his attention started to come together. And then y'all started touching and feeling and touching. So now you're learning new things about your body, what arouses you, what takes you to the next level sexually, right? And I'm going to tell you this, from whenever day it is that you lose your virginity, and again, you start smelling yourself, everything changes in your life from that moment on. Because you see things differently, you hear things differently, you speak differently, you act differently from when your mama or your father, whoever raised you, from that environment that you were raised, you start moving differently when you lost your virginity and went to another level. Now, as you're doing this, because now you smelling this attention, and it's like you gotta have it. And some people, I'm not talking about all women, but some women, they latch onto that thing. And again, based on how you were treated at home, it may have been an escape for you. It may have been an escape for you. And you dove into that male species. And you submitted yourself to a place where some women never return. Now, I'm going somewhere right now. Now, this is in your teens, going into your young womanhood. Then you're moving forward to your adult womanhood, right? As you travel, things start happening in your life. You have now growing into different responsibilities. You may become a young mother. You may become a young mother of not just one, but a few children. Life begins to take a turn for you that is totally unexpected. And sometimes as these turns happen, you may not have the support that you would have thought you would have had when you was receiving all of these good nothings in your ear. You know, people feed your ear. Men feed your ear. And it subsides in your spirit, and you're like, I'm gonna believe him. That is my man. That is who I'm with. I'm believing in him. And you're believing in this man. Excuse me, it's a boy at this young age. But then we do it repetitiously, relationship to relationship. And as we get older, because we started from young, this is a part of our way of life. And what happens is that, depending on, again, how you were treated when you were a child, and you going out to this boy child, this teenager, this man, because again, you repeat your cycle. This is your escape from where you were. Because some of our parents, like my parents, were strict. I couldn't do anything. Like, you cannot go outside. Don't go off the block. That was my life. But there's people that were latchkey children, and anything went at their house. You know, some people's houses, they were those houses. You know, everybody comes there to hang out. You know, again, based on your younger environment and how you were bred, you are going to develop and be repetitious in your cycle of your behavior. And as women, we come through and posture ourselves based on our experiences that we are having, age by age, experience by experience. So now I'm going to hop over to, we are in our 20s. We are in our 20s. You may have children and you may not have children, but what you still have is going from relationship to relationship with that male species. You're going from relationship to relationship with that male species. And what you also have done, you made some good decisions and you have made some bad decisions. You have been in situations where you just wanted to be around everyone. You wanted to be accepted. You wanted to be available. You wanted to be seen. You wanted to know. Let's see what's going on. It's jumping over here. It's a party over there. Remember the basement parties, right? The parties on the blocks, like different parties, like when you young, right? You coming on up through. But it's always that same situation. You was with that boy. You was with that boy that so-and-so told you, don't mess with that boy. And like me, I liked older men. And how I got into older men, because me and my father's relationship was not good. So I was feeling like I was missing some love. So I attracted older men that were dominant like my father. So again, based on what's going on in your household, that's what you're seeking. You're seeking attention from this man, this guy, this boy, depending on what age you are. But again, we going forward. Now we grown women doing the same thing. We have the same behavior. We have got to have that relationship. So we're women. We want the attention from our man counterpart who loves us, that demonstrates giving us some attention, right? So we're here now. But depending on how we were going through our cycles as we were getting older, age by age, situation by situation, and not being properly guided to where what real love should look like, what communication should look like, what loyalty is supposed to look like, what commitment is supposed to look like, is how to take care of yourself as a woman should look like, how to take care of your men is supposed to look like. Y'all just, everyone is just doing things on the rip and going by the feelings and the emotions and what's going on. And you're in these relationships and they're not working. You're going to travel to the next person, taking the last person's stuff to the next person, and you're not realizing it. You're just saying, I got a new man. Forget that old man. Or you and that person broke up, a hard breakup, and you're hurting now. You're starting to get holes in your heart. Your holes in your heart are not being filled because you're chasing that next feeling, that next person that you want to come in to save your heart, to make it not bleed, anything for it not to bleed. And if it was multiple people that come into your life to make it not bleed, you did that too. But again, we're going on and we're creating these cycles for ourselves, not realizing we don't have the know-how. No one is here supporting me. No, there's no book on this thing. So now we could be young mothers going through this thing and we still bleeding, and our child is crying and we don't know what to do with our child. We don't know how to handle our child because some people may have gotten thrown in the street for getting pregnant, depending on, again, how the household was set up. So you going day by day, year by year, relationship by relationship, and you're just going. But meanwhile, it's like you're walking through this tunnel on a slow motion with someone taking a machine gun, blowing bullets in your heart, in your mind, in your body. And you're full of holes by the time you get to the age 25, 30. And you just keep continuing this cycle, catching the next man, and the next man. We're catching the next man, hoping that he saves us. He may not can't save us because we can't save ourselves. He may be in the same situation you have been in. So y'all have two broken souls attacking each other when y'all should be loving each other. Because y'all don't know how to talk to each other. Everyone is yelling, screaming, hollering, and cursing out at each other. And then you're doing this in front of your children. And your children are being victims of a toxic environment. No one is healing here. No one is healing here. And then we get older with this thing because we're too scared to tell people that we are full of holes from relationships, from our younger lifestyles, from our young lifestyle, from our home environment that we grew up in. We're broken and we're not getting fixed here. And we don't know what it is to feel healed. We have no idea of thought to what that is. So now I see women. Again, I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker. This is my 16th year. I have worked with men, women, and children. Old and geriatrics, older people, teens. I've worked with every gamut. And it's a cycle. And depending on your lifestyle, your family could throw you to the wolves and turn their backs on you and don't care. So now you're susceptible to anything that the street offers. That is scary. So everyone is everywhere with no support. I'm trying to paint a picture here. This is a cycle. Mothers, women, queens, we have to make better decisions. And I know from what I just said, it's like, how do you do that? We have to stop and take a stance to say no more. Because what we're doing is creating generational curses for the lifestyle of ourselves and our children. Based on how we behaved and what we opened up to our children in our homes, grew gateways of futures that are incomprehensible. We have to step up and say no more. I'm going to give you an example. I've been working in the beauty industry, I'm going to say a good 32 years. A good 32 years. I did it full time for a good about 18 years. Full time. I worked in salons. Salon life, anybody that knows about working in the salon, and you have talent, I'm going to say if you have talent, you will be in a salon from sun up to sundown. And sometimes sun up, sundown, and sun up. And I would see women working in a salon. They drag their kids in, drag their kids out. This one come get the kid. The kid can't do their homework. They can't concentrate. They can't do none of that. And they're just all over the place. In everybody's face. Just because they can't sit down. They can't properly have structure to, go to school, come home from school, sit down, eat a snack, do your homework. The parents sit down and do homework with them. They check their homework. Go outside and have playtime. Sit down and eat dinner at the table. Go take a bath. Go to bed. That type of, nurturing kind of life. It was hard when you work in a salon. And I watched that. And I watched it so much it was just damaging. And not to say that your children, don't come out great. They do and they can. But if that mother wasn't that structured mother to ensure that that child received everything, whether in her presence or in her absence, that child was doomed. So when I said I'm going to have a child, I stopped working full time immediately. Because I didn't want my child to experience any type of salon life. I bought a home. I didn't want to have an apartment. I didn't want a car. I wanted a truck. Because now I know I have to have a stroller. Anything he needed, if I dropped him at someone's house, those carrier cribs, the formula, the food. I always had stacks or whatever it is in the back of my truck. Because as a parent, I wanted to prepare for my son and not just go on of whatever happens. Because at the same time, I'm not just a mother, I'm a woman too. And I want to have fun too. Because remember that part, that man. I need that man part. I want to be touched. I want to be hugged. I want to be loved on. I want to feel loved. I want to love somebody. Not just to be a mother. But it creates this huge tangled web. And you have to choose sometimes choices where you become very irresponsible in your decision making because you want to do what the heart wants at that particular time. This one is having a big party, and we've always done industry things. Being in a salon in New York, I've done a lot of industry events. Whatever was going on, I was there. But I didn't have my son at that time. I didn't have my son until way later. So I pretty much enjoyed that. But just watching other women that I worked with that had children, they had to make decisions. They needed babysitters. They had everyone going to the mall to buy something to wear. And, it's just, it was a lot. If you look at it then, we was having fun. Just the momentum of preparing to go to Biggie's party, Puffy's party. It was the hoopla. Oh, we in there. Getting VIP, being in a VIP section. Sometimes we got our stuff tailor-made just to get to the party. We needed to get to the party. We wasn't thinking about no kids. And then is what happens after the party. What time did you come home? Because I was always at a party. And then it's the after party. And then it's the hanging out, go eat after that party. And then it's if you go to the hotel, that party. So it's what time are you coming home? And you leave your children with different people and things happen with your children. Just like your mother may have done that to you. Things happen when you drop your kids different places. Again, it creates cycles from us making reckless decisions. Because we needed to get where the action was. And again, it creates relationships that become entangled and detrimental to your lifestyle. And women, we are emotional creatures. We gotta love that man. We always have to have somebody there. Why? Because we got holes in our hearts from relationships before. And we don't give ourselves time and space to heal. So again, I see women in the street growing up. Again, I'm a social worker. I help people get their lives together. This is what I do for a living. I help people manage their lives because they have been in these entangled places to the point they were reckless and they lost their children. They're trying to get their children back and they can't understand. They can't do what they want to do to get their children back because they're so used to that lifestyle. But then when the court gets into it, you have to go by a stipulation. This is a list for you, dear. You have to do A, B, C, D, and E. So if you a user, you got to get clean. You have to watch your behavior. You have to watch your dress. You have to watch your language, especially your language. How you treat yourself, how you treat others. And they monitor that. They got a checklist going on. You got to get supervised visits to see your children. They're going to monitor how you speak to your child. What tone of voice do you have? Are you able to cope? Do you have coping skills? Have you had parenting classes? Because we made reckless decisions because we wanted to be with that man. The tangled webs we weaved because we wanted to be with that man. And some people are still there. I am 54 and I'm still seeing it deeply. When is it going to be your turn to stop, take a breather, and heal your heart? You got to ask yourself, Dag, I went through so much that you don't want to tell anyone about because you're embarrassed. You don't want people to look at you funny. Things you regret. Things that you feared that you didn't want to tell anybody, so it had you made the inappropriate decisions based on the situation. But you're saying to yourself, I did the best I could. You might have done the best you could at the time because no one supported you. You're only going by what you know. Situations that have occurred that you have gotten through. Teachers of experience. Because life will give you some experiences. But what happens is that we get to a place where we start feeling really bad about ourselves. Like we're worthless. Like we have no value because we made poor decisions. We get to an age where we turn around and look at our lives and go, Dag, I did nothing good. I have nothing to offer. I don't even have my own place. I'm sleeping from couch to couch. Hey, queen. You're looking at yourself like, Dag, I can't, look at how I'm living for my kids. We made poor decisions because of that man, y'all. Our kids are suffering because of the decisions we made. And then we get the man, and then when he doing us dirty, we going ham hard off of him. But you saw the signs, though. You saw the signs. You chose to ignore them. You knew he was a cheater before you got him. Or maybe you went after him while he was with somebody else. That part. Because what happens to you is going to happen to the next person. You. What he did to them, he's going to do it to you. What makes you so special? You so special that he's not going to do it to you? And listen, I will say this. Every man, when he's with a woman, will be different. Every man will be different with each woman because everyone is a little bit different. Everyone has a little bit different ingredients for their recipe, right? But at the same time, you still got to go in that oven and cook together. And both of y'all gonna come out well done. And after y'all well done and eating off of each other, ain't nothing gonna be left but skin and bones. Then what you got? After everyone has eaten well, what do you have? Skin and bones. What you want to do with the bones? Throw it in the garbage. So while you skin and bones, he want to throw you in the garbage. And while he's skin and bones, you want to throw him in the garbage. Now you going out looking for a new piece of meat, and so is he. Because y'all done cooked each other enough, ate off each other, and y'all skin and bones. Next. Because now you get to the point, if you have went to school, or you just so happen to land a good job, because we in New York, we get our city jobs everywhere. I know y'all got y'all city government, local government jobs, state government jobs, right? Sometimes when you get those jobs, you cushion now. So when people get money, you can't tell them nothing. They head is at another level, right? So your posture starts to change, because then you're going to talk to your man like, right? You're talking to your man crazy. Now you're being disrespectful. And he's saying the same thing to you. Again, y'all doing this in front of your kids. So they're going to grow up and do the same thing. We have to make better decisions, queens. Life is not perfect. People are not perfect. But let's have control over things that we can control. Let's change what we can change. And our behaviors are definitely something we can change. Let's take our ugly and make it pretty. Every time we wake up, God gives us opportunity. Let's be better communicators. We do not have to go at each other's throats and cuss each other out every single day. Because you don't like this, you don't like that. Queen, you didn't like it before y'all got started. If you would have just gave yourself some permission to just be and not try to, satisfy your itch because you was horny and you gotta get you some. Pat that down some. Learn who you are as a woman some. Give yourself a chance to get acquainted. Won't you date first? And say, he cute, he could get it. Boom, he done bagged it, you bagged it. And what comes next? Because after we bag, we claim. And they do too. But they claim you and everybody else too. But you don't do it. We claim and be that one. Sometimes you got to think differently. We don't have to move all the time because we horny. Because that's all we doing. Satisfying our hotness. I wanted to have a real talk tonight. Because women, we have to make better decisions. And if you break that thing all the way down, we are only making decisions based on being satisfied for being hot and horny. Break it down. Sit down and think about what I'm saying. Every decision that you made in your life regarding a man, a poor decision, is because you wanted to go get you some. You wanted his touch. You wanted his love. But was it really necessary at that moment? If you would have gave yourself permission just to get to learn this man before you had sex with him, maybe some of the things that happened would not have happened. Some people out here having sex with nicknames. They don't even know the person's real name. Stop having sex with Pookie and JoJo. What is his name? Anthony? What is his name? Michael? What is his name? First name and last name, not Stinky and JoJo, Pookie and Boo Boo. I had a client. He went out and got him a girl. The girl was a professional squatter. I never saw nothing like this in my life. He went and hooked up with this girl. She was a professional squatter. She had an agenda on this boy. But in his mind, he was just getting him some. Guess what happened? He called us to go help him. And I said, okay, we're going to call the cops to get them out. What's their name? I don't know. She said her name was this. So you busy letting somebody in your apartment, having sex with them. They in your house for 31 days. And you don't even know their real name? Come on. We got to do better. We can't let any and everybody slide up in us. You can't do that. You got to respect your body. Your body is your temple. You got to give yourself value. We got to do better. As women, we have to do better. Yeah, we want love. We need love. That's what we think we need. You only put that in your head. You need to get your life right. You need not to be in a one-bedroom apartment with 6 kids. With cribs all over the place. You need to learn how to communicate and be a good parent. You need to teach yourself and your children how to live a good life. How to work hard and create goals and be goal achievers. You need to teach them financial independence while you are learning to be financially independent. You need to have life insurance. So when people die, nobody's passing a hat around in church. You need to get your things in order. Having a living will. Knowing what that is. Giving an executor to your estate if something happens to you. So your kids won't run around here lost and family members come and take advantage of them. You need to get yourself together instead of running around jumping in the bed because you got holes in your heart. You want somebody to save you and fix them. When you got children, you need to be saving. You are now mothers. We have to do a better job being parents. Your mothers, because we're mothers, the kids didn't get here by themselves. They have fathers. You need to learn how to communicate with the father so your child can have parents that can communicate and everybody get along. There's something called co-parenting, and it works well with good communication. You can't be worried about, oh, who he with. I don't want my child around the next biatch. Who are you to have that attitude? You're not even understanding if all of y'all get along. We can have breaks. If everyone gets along. Why are you minding his business? Because if you minding his business, that means you must still want something. He's going to do for you and the children if everyone communicates accordingly. Have good relationships with people. If you and him are no longer together, why are you forbidding him to see his son or his daughter? Maybe that's why he dipped and won't come back. Men have feelings too. But what women do, they use the kids as pawns. Because you mad. You and your feelings. You got holes in your heart. And you feel somebody should swoop in to save you. Save yourself. Come on here. Save yourself. Save yourself, because as you are piercing with holes just dripping of all kind of emotions, your kids are feeling that thing. Your kids are feeling it. And they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be angry because you angry. They're going to be bitter because you're bitter. They're going to grow up with that misery. You are not understanding how you are creating generational curses. Let the curse stop with you. We got to do better. Queens. First, understand that you're a queen. You're not just a chick. You're not a biatch. You're not that. You're a woman. Have some dignity. Have some honor, some admiration. Have some pride. Stand for something. Mean something to yourself. So if you want somebody to treat you good, you got to treat yourself good. People are only going to treat you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself like you're garbage, you're going to get garbage treatment from people. And that is including your kids. Because they're going to grow up with that. And they're going to start talking to you crazy out their mouths. Because you treated yourself crazy. They watched that thing. They watched man after man after man in your bed, in your house. You allowed them in your home. So they're going to be the same thing as you displayed yourself in front of them year after year after year. Situation after situation after situation. We have to be mindful of what we do, how we behave, how we speak, how we move, y'all. And if you understand who you are as a woman, put your crown on. You are a queen. And if you are a queen, conduct yourself as a queen. The best lesson in life, and excuse my language, but the best lesson in life I learned is how to separate the pussy from the mind, from the heart. They are in 3 separate baskets. Because if we walking around with having pussy first, we are doomed, yo. We are doomed. If it's the heart and the pussy, you're jammed up. Your mind no longer is on normal. You have exited stage left. You got to bring it back. You got to bring that mind back. You got to fill the holes in your heart. You have to choose better language. You have to walk with your posture right. You have to pick up that crown and wear it. And be proud of it. Be proud that you are a woman where you're at in your life. And if you don't like where you're at in your life, this is the best time to change, because you have now brought awareness to you. Now you can make the choice to change. Take yourself to where you are, to where you would like to be. And if you don't know what that is, I can help you. I can help you. I can help you separate your thoughts. Break them on down. Stop allowing yourself to feel that you are not enough, that you are not valued enough, that you are just worthless. You are not worthless. You are worth everything. And you are worth everything to fight for. You are worth everything to fight for. You are an amazing individual that God created. You may not feel like that today, but you can feel like that tomorrow. You just have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to set goals, to set your bar a bit higher. But don't go to a point where it's unrealistic. Take baby steps. Baby steps work. It's still elevation. It's still growth. It's still development. But you have to want it here and here. You have to say, okay, no more of this garbage. I'm tired of all of this life. I don't want to feel guilty no more. I don't want to feel shameful no more of all my past mistakes. You have to forgive yourself and give yourself permission to feel. It's okay to cry that you messed up. It's okay. We could fix it. Stop talking to people that can't help you. There's life coaches everywhere. There's therapists everywhere. Use one. I am one. Call me. I have free consultations and we can set it up after. But we have to do better. I'm a part of an awesome group. Women's Empowerment. The CEO District. We save lives every single day. Women come to us broken. In months, they are standing up, looking and feeling amazing. They want to be business women. They want to live the free life, to become financially free. If that's something you want to do, the CEO District, www.theCEODistrict.com. I'll put it in the comments. Say I sent you, Eliasa. If you need assistance, I'm a coach. I have plenty of friends that are coaches. If you don't want me in your business, quote unquote, I got plenty of friends to hook you up with. But you don't have to sit there. But if you want me to help you, I can. I have strategic interventions to the wazoo. There's no way you will not win. No way. As long as you have the will and determination and the want to do it, there's no way you can't win. You will not lose. You are not a loser. God didn't set none of us up to be losers. Set your goals, queens. Put your crowns on, queens. Get help, queens. Stop sitting in dark places feeling sorry for yourself. Stand up. Hold your head up. Stop feeling guilty of things that you did. Stop feeling ashamed of a life that you were. You are not that person today. And guess what? If you are still here and hearing under the sound of my voice, you have done something great because you're still here. You're still here. So you got some kind of fight in you if you're still here. So I just wanted to stop by to have a real woman conversation tonight. I'm letting you know, if you are still here, you are worth fighting for. There's a whole world out there, COVID or no COVID, that you can have, you can live, you can be. You just got to give yourself permission to want these things. Your future could be brighter. And you can get you a higher level of a king. Because guess what? By this time, you have renewed yourself. Aligned yourself with a higher power. And the universe is going to bring you everything your heart desires. That's a fact. Manifest that thing. Whatever you want, pray about it. Whatever you want, speak it into existence. Whatever you want, believe it, because it's going to happen. My name is Ilyasa Simpson, a.k.a. Minister Charge, a.k.a. Coach Illy. The only way I know how to be is real. The only thing I know how to do is speak from my heart, giving you experience and wisdom. Because I too made bad decisions. I too started to feel shameful and I doubted myself. But then I too woke up. I woke up and said, change is gonna come. I said, these generational curses gonna stop. And I said, no more. No more will I let somebody mistreat me. No more will I let somebody talk to me like I'm crazy. No more will I sit and use my body up the wrong way. No more. I've learned how to separate myself with clear thoughts to make good decisions. Again, I'm not perfect. This world is not perfect. But I sure enough wake up and pray and ask God to make me better than I was yesterday. Because I want it. So whatever you want in life, dream big. And if your dreams do not scare you, you are not dreaming large enough. Stop selling yourself short. Tomorrow is not promised. Stop putting off what you can do today and get your goals accomplished. That's it for right now. My name is Ilyasa Simpson. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you everyone for coming on week after week as you do. Tomorrow we are here with the Kings. And I'll see you again soon. Have a great night.